Greetings, Internet. Thinker2112 here at 14:18 Eastern Daylight Time on Friday, the 1st of June, 2012. Let's play Plants vs. Zombies. Nice money coming in there. And let's see what we've got here. Plan turn. New one. Sea-Shroom, I'll be moving that one. And garlic, I already have one of those, so I'll sell that when it gets to full size. I don't already have a plant turn here. By the way, there are 29 different plants that you can have in the regular Zen garden. 8 plants that you can have in the night garden, or mushroom garden, whatever. And 3 different plants that you can have in the aquatic garden. So let's finish up the almanac entries. Gatling P. Gatling P's parents were concerned when he announced his intention to join the military. "But honey, it's so dangerous," they said in unison. Gatling P refused to budge. "Life is dangerous," he replied, eyes glinting with steely conviction. Twin Sunflower. It was a crazed night of forbidden science that brought Twin Sunflower into existence. Thunder crashed overhead. Strange lights flickered. Even the very roaring wind seemed to hiss its angry denial. But to no avail. This Twin Sunflower was alive. Alive! Gloom-Shroom. "I've always enjoyed releasing heavy fumes," said Gloom-Shroom. "I know a lot of people aren't cool with that. They say it's rude or that it smells bad. All I can say is, would you rather have your brain eaten by zombies?" That's a very good point. Hard to argue with that. Cattail. "Woof," says Cattail. "Woof, woof, woof. Does this confuse you? Do you expect me to say meow like a cat just because the word cat is in my name and I also look like a cat? That's not how things work around here. I refuse to be pigeonholed." Winter Melon. Winter Melon tries to calm his nerves. He hears the zombies approach. Will he make it? Will anyone make it? Well, I think that it would be easy to calm your nerves if you were as cold as that. Gold Magnet. "How did I end up here?" asks Gold Magnet. "I was on the fast track. Corner office, full benefits, stock options. I was going to be vice president of Midwestern operations. Now I'm here on this lawn, in serious danger of being eaten to death. Ooh, a coin!" Distracted by the shiny. Spikerock. Spikerock just got back from a trip to Europe. He had a great time, met some wonderful people, really broadened his horizons. He never knew they made museums so big or put so many paintings in them. That was a big surprise for him. He probably was focused on the roads. Cobb Cannon. What's the deal with Cobb Cannon, anyway? He went to Harvard. He practices law in a prestigious New York firm. He can explode whole areas of zombies with a single corn launch. All this is common knowledge. But deep inside, what really makes him tick? I love that one. Okay, and that is the almanac. So the only thing left to do right now, is finish the adventure, and maybe I'm thinking about showing off, a larger tree of wisdom on my other file, but that won't take long. And Crazy Dave has not given me much help this time. Ooh, this may actually be tricky. A lot of plants I need. And yeah, I have no room for extras here. No room for oops plants. I suppose I could ditch one of these, but I don't want to ditch this because I need damage early, and I don't want to ditch this because I need heavier damage. Yeah, this is the only sensible thing I see to do. Alright, I hope I get through this one. 7 stages to go, including this one. I know I've been saying, you know, a lot that I'm getting close to the end of this project, but I finally believe it now. Because it's like, even if I'm getting close to the end, if I can only do 40 minutes at a time, then it doesn't quite come as quickly as I'm expecting. But this very well could be the second to last session. If it is, and if it takes only 4 more videos, including this one, to finish this project, then I will start Okabe on Tuesday. Of course, I will still be doing FF8, but I did not alert my usual guest commentators to the possibility of a session this weekend. And to be honest, there are some really annoying parts coming up in the game, like trying to get another rare card from Lunar Base, where all of the annoying rules are in effect. I think before I try, you know, the Queen of Cards side quest, I may just do everything I can to see if I can delete some of those rules. It's not easy. Unless you're trying, rules tend to spread rather than get eliminated. You have to be trying to eliminate the rules. And of course, when I try to eliminate the rules, they'll probably, you know, start with the ones that I don't want eliminated or don't care about. Like open and same, and the ones that really don't make things much more difficult. Anyway, that's a different project. For now, I just have to master the art of beginning a level quickly, even though I do not have potato mines, which, as you know, really will help you gather sun early, because let you get rid of a zombie for 25 rather than 100 sun. Should I be doing this? I just realized I'm putting 3 cabbage bolts in there. I don't usually do that, but you know what? It's probably a good idea. So that I will... Yeah, because I'm going to replace the ones in the back with melon bolts eventually. Would have been nice to get some winter melons, but I really didn't have the seed slot, since the 3 plants that Crazy Dave gave me were really not useful. On second thought, if I want to freeze the zombies, I suppose I could plant snow peas here. Since that's not on the slope anymore, they could still fire properly. That might not be a bad idea. Okay, Crazy Dave, let's actually put your ideas to use. Okay, I was not really prepared for those guys. Guess I need to get up more of these. Yeah, so in case I didn't make it clear, the reason why that snow pea is working is because I have it on the front part of the roof. You see that it's not sloped there. It's the slope that gives a problem to the non-catapult shooting plants. The shooting plants that aren't catapults, I should say. If there's no slope, then there's no problem. That's part of being able to succeed on a Crazy Dave run, is finding a way to use the plants he gives you to your advantage, even if they were not what you had in mind. Eat my magnet shroom. Stupid idiot. You stupid idiot! As Zell would say, or scream. Maybe I should actually put those together so that they can protect each other. Okay, now we're gonna have some problems. Maybe not right now, but very soon. So, let's bring out the big guns. Again, it's the tall nuts that are really slowing things down with their slow recharge rate. I know the magnet shroom took away that helmet, but the fact that it took a while to do so reminded me that I probably needed more of them. Well, if I'd been thinking, I would have put it behind a tall nut. No matter, I can just put a tall nut in front of it instead. The other thing that can slow down the works is the fact that the flower pot needs to recharge. And yeah, it's a short recharge time, but it's still there. And it limits your rate of expansion for any sort of plant when you're on a roof level. Unless you have a whole lot of extra flower pots, which is unlikely, because if a zombie eats a plant that's in a flower pot, then they're going to eat the flower pot next. And there are a few special cases like the bungee zombie, but in general that's what will happen. Time for some Melon aid. The AID variety rather than the ADE variety. You like tall nuts? Here, have a new one. I was going to say, I wonder what tall nuts taste like, and then I thought to myself, probably like walnuts. And many of us know what those taste like. Alright, I guess the rest of my sun, assuming that the zombies don't start eating a whole bunch of the plants I have up, I will now focus on replacing cabbages with melons. Because melons do more damage. Which makes sense because they are harder. The Maryland Science Center, which is in Baltimore's Inner Harbor, which is like the nicest area of town. They had this thing once where, like, this kid's science thing, that was like, you know, see what happens when you drop various things off of the building. And the building is like, it's 3 stories tall, but it's 3 pretty big stories tall. I wish I could have been there for that. You know, they dropped, I think a watermelon was one of the things they dropped off the building. Well, this happens sometimes. I will be struggling, or thinking I'm struggling to survive a level, then all of a sudden the final wave is coming. It's like, oh, I guess that wasn't as difficult as I thought. And the snow peas probably did help here. They're not that useful against smaller groups of zombies, but against big groups of zombies they really do help, because they just make it so that you're not facing quite as many as once. Yeah.